As much as this video is about Nerf, if you're a psychology major, it might also be worth watching. I know I said no editing, but who am I kidding? Here's a little bit of B-roll, just a few visual reference points if you're going to listen to my big ramble on hobby and balance. Just a little look at my living room area, and you can see kind of one of the costumes in the background, and you can maybe see some other costumes here that I've done in the past, and I'll be talking about all that in my ramble. FYI, I don't plan on this being the norm forever. I'm in a small apartment with my daughter, and it's pretty silly in there, hence the Ninja Turtle nightlight. So I'll be returning to adulthood here at some point soon down the road. I am back with another unedited ramble. Thanks for being so kind and saying that those were fine. I'll try not to abuse that and still do some other videos. I just wanted to chat for a minute about balance, I guess hobby balance. Not something I've ever been very good at. Never been very good at balance in general. I tend to go a little overboard, and this hobby was no exception. I have a long string of hobbies. I used to do a lot of cosplay stuff and build a lot of costumes. I do have a one-wheeled skateboard that I put thousands of kilometers onto. I've had a lot of hobbies over the years. None of them have stuck like Nerf though, and I think part of that is Nerf is a bit multifaceted. You know, you can mod, you can play, you can collect, etc, etc, etc. Anyway, that is great and I do really enjoy that about Nerf. But part of the problem is because there are so many things you can do and trying to do them all, like since I started selling things and having the Etsy shop and running events and running parties, it's kind of great once your collection grows to a certain point. That's a whole other thing, to have it make a little bit of money back. But then you're spending all of your time doing that and it feels like a second job. And you're kind of like, will I ever mod those 5 mastodons that I insist on keeping in a storage locker? And the answer at the rate I'm going is no. So I need to find a bit of a better balance on priority for kind of balancing out what's on the channel and, you know, making a little bit of money from the hobby. I have kind of invested enough with printers, and I like to travel for games, and I have to go a long way. And I like running events, and you know, who doesn't who doesn't like making a little bit of money from doing something they love? It's just tricky. You can kind of turn it into a job if you're not careful, and then that takes some of the fun out of it. The other part of it, I guess, is the balance part. Is it does kind of take over. I do find myself, you know, there might be an evening where I'm thinking, oh, it might be nice to meet up with a friend of mine who's in Toronto, for example, play a game online, play some Helldivers, and I'll go to start to do that, and I'd be like, oh, if I'm gonna do that, I should do this video I'm behind on, or I should fulfill this order and send that out early, or maybe I should learn something or whatever. And I don't end up doing that. It's kind of this weird, I have myself in this weird reverse scenario where I almost have to force myself to make time for wasting time. I just, not that you couldn't argue. I'm not even gonna joke. I don't think any of this stuff is a waste of time, anything you love doing and that you learn from. But it takes up so much time that sometimes it's hard to relax. I get a little bit obsessive over it. You know, even today at lunch, it was nice out. I sat outside for a few minutes, and then I started watching a video to learn how to use Fusion. And you know what? It would have been just fine to have just sat out. And yeah, it's a bit of a cautionary tale too, because in my part of the reason that this place is so taken over by Nerf and blasters is just me and my daughter here. You know, in my last relationship, I did kind of go all in on that, you know, I think for a lot of reasons, and it kind of took over a lot of space, and it can get out of hand. And here I am now, I have a couple storage lockers, and I do run parties, but that's almost a dangerous justification for having all these duplicates of things. I'm like, oh, it might be cool to do an all bow party sometime, so I have like 8 thunder bows. Like, what is wrong with me? I'm never gonna do all bow parties. Like, I just need to whittle down all my stuff for sure. I mean, I still want to collect, but I need to figure out to what end I even want to collect. You know, I think I love the vintage stuff. I love anything from the 90s. That's really cool. You know, the gear up stuff. but I don't think I need to have everything in the Elite line. I definitely don't need all the Elite 2.0 stuff. I am trying to draw some more lines on what I collect and limit that a bit more. Yeah, I just want to get back. I was doing the torrent mods the other night, and I had some trouble. It wasn't working, and you know, I had this thought of like, oh, I just wasted this time that I could have been doing another video. It's like, no, this is fun. It's fun to experiment. It's fun to learn. It's fun to fail sometimes too. It can be frustrating, but you learn from it. But man, if you're not careful, you just get into this like real grind mode. And I think that's what I'm trying to come out of it. But I'm kind of in it. I mean, even tonight, even doing these videos is just a way for me to do more videos when I don't have time to do videos. Although I am hoping it's kind of cathartic too, just to kind of share what's going on in my head with other people. I'm heading over to my girlfriend's after this, and you know, I'm not going to edit this video tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. Tonight I'm just going to go over there and relax, because you really can, yeah, you can just get yourself all caught up. I don't know. Boo-hoo. 45-year-old guy with a big Nerf collection is struggling with his time management. But I don't know. I see some of you online with your storage lockers are talking about collecting. It is fun. It's awesome. But just, I don't know. Take the cautionary tale, I guess. You don't need every blaster at all. You don't need duplicates of every blaster. I mean, there are ones I'll always buy. I'll always buy a Strife. Probably always buy a Sledgefire because I know someone will want it. But I also have 3 Judges, 10 Centurions. I have 6 Vulcans. What am I doing with my life? Well, the Vulcans, I kind of wanted the chains, and a lot of times they all come together. But see, we can justify that stuff so easily. I don't know. I guess just this video, in my head, this was going to be more poignant and make more sense. But I guess in my head, just kind of decide what you want to do. Like I don't know. I don't know. I kind of like being someone who makes wholesale orders now for parts and flywheels and motors. And I like building stuff for people. I probably just need to slow it down maybe a little bit. I need to maybe say no to things if they're really off topic. Like I reviewed a lightsaber. Is that really appropriate? But you know what? I love lightsabers, and that lightsaber was cool. So you know what? Maybe that's a bad example. I have started saying no to anything gel, like, and especially anything overseas gel. I'm just not interested. You know, if Nerf was like, hey, we're gonna send you all of our gel, I would do some sort of combo video probably, just because it is Nerf. But I just generally am not interested in gel. I got enough to do without playing with a format that I don't really like. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this one short soon. I guess in the end, just it's a wonderful hobby, and as much as there are aspects of it that kind of burn me out a little bit, it's all my own doing too. You know, I'm kind of chasing that. I would love to get 100,000 subs someday. I'd love to get that YouTube plaque. The plaque's smaller now, but that's fine. I can understand that. All those shorts are making it a little easier to get to 100. Not for me, but well, that's not. I've had great luck with my channel. Not editing is tricky because sometimes I make jokes and I'm like, I don't really want to make that joke because I don't really mean it, but I'm gonna stick to my word. But yeah, I would like to grow that. And you know what? If you don't post regularly, if you don't kind of grind out stuff, you do not grow. I mean, it's really been impressive seeing the burst that Dr. Flux has had, and that's because, you know, he and Coney Dog and his team, they're putting stuff out there, and they're doing a great job of how they're putting out videos, and not every video necessarily shows everything. A lot of them kind of leave you wanting more. I know that's the thing I fall into, of like, I like every video to be this like nice, neat, self-contained little package with everything from what it is to a firing demo, and sometimes that's cool, but sometimes that's probably not the best thing either. So I don't know. Now we're into like channel growth strategy. Anyway, I will leave you with this. One of the next things I am going to do is my channel is its 3-year anniversary not too long ago, and I almost have 1,000 videos up. Speaking of that being obsessed, my channel numbers are from blunt force video. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to do a video with a little bit of a peek behind the scenes of my channel, the path to monetization, what does monetization and my analytics look like, just a complete look behind the curtain if you've ever wondered what a channel my size would make for revenue and have for views and visits and all that. So I think that'll be kind of fun to show people. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. Again, if this is the first video of mine you're seeing, they're not usually like this, although apparently I've decided I like vlogging. So yeah, this ramble out, my main thing for me, I'm going to try to balance myself. Oh, I think the thing I was going to say is, I think what would help me a lot and what people have recommended to me is I'm going to make myself a schedule. I think I'm going to have a night of the week for content, a night of the week for mods, and really try to put a little bit of structure in so it's not filling up every crack in my free time that pops up. I do love it. There's nothing like it, and I've met amazing people, and a lot of you who will probably watch this I've met. It is awesome, and I'm not going anywhere. Like, that's my this isn't like a I'm gonna throw in the towel burnout. This is just I just need to realign what I'm doing a little bit, but I mean, overall I love it. I love who it's let me meet and the friends I've made, and there's nothing like going to an event. Yeah, put in the comments if you want to hear a ramble about something. Let me know. I think my next ramble might actually be about tournaments. And I know someone asked about just running my party business in general, so I might do a little chat about that sometime too. Anyway, until the next properly edited video, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.